101, inspiring entrepreneurs to rise, innovate, and create lasting impact. And today I have my special guest. He is the founder of marryingamerica.com, none other than Mr. Jeremy Nelson. Welcome,
Thank you.
Mr. Jeremy on Entrepreneurship 101. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I missed?
Well, you didn't miss much. I am in the United States. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a certified public accountant by profession, and I'm a big believer in building businesses because that's the only way to get to true financial freedom. And of course, in doing so, you have to have the right team around you, and you have to have the right idea at the right time, and then execute on it.
Yes, I like that. Mr. Jeremy, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. But today, let's talk about being the founder of marryingamerica.com. So, before marryingamerica.com was the specific or heart wrenching reality you witness in the world of international couples navigating the US immigration system that make you say that has to be a better way.
Well, because so many people were having an unfortunate experience that was not getting them the result that they are looking for. And when I see that much failure or the results aren't what people are expecting, it naturally caused me to ask the question, is there a better way? And I decided that given everything else that's available in the marketplace, that there is indeed a better way. And that's what drove me to creating that better way, which is now known as Marrying America. So that's what initially drove me to 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 get this thing up and running. That I saw a problem that was begging for a solution, and I think I have what should be an effective solution.
Effective solution indeed. Mr. Jeremy, marryingamerica.com is bold, declarative name. Beyond the logistics, but a
Hmm.
deeper message about love, commitment, and national identity where you are aiming to convey with this name.
Well, what I'm aiming to convey with this name is number one, the first word, marrying, which implies implicitly and explicitly that this is a site for people who are looking to get married. The America part of it is because, of course, I'm located in the United States and I am primarily marketing to others who are looking for love or marriage in the United States. But we have a lot of international people who are looking to marry Americans. So, they'll come on the site and try and meet, an American, whether it be male or female. And that is where the whole marrying America came from. I wanted to be very intentional with the name because I wanted people who are explicitly looking for long term relationships, who are looking for somebody to fall in love with and marry. Not fall in love with and date, but fall in love with or date, fall in love with the expected outcome being marriage. So that's the whole genesis origin reasoning behind the name.
Interesting, Mr. Jeremy. This is not just a legal or logistical platform. How would you define the core mission? Is it about empowering couples, demystifying daunting process, or challenging the narrative around marriage for papers?
Well, Daniel, there are lots of reasons why people seek marriage, why people enter into marriages, and why people stay in marriages. I don't attempt to decide why people enter marriages. I just want to give them a platform to meet people who desire the same outcome. Why you desire that outcome is very personal, it's very individual to everybody. So, my mission is to give people a platform where they can find that person. Now, whether or not they're looking for a green card, they're looking to come to the United States, they're already in the United States, and they want to move to Europe and they want to meet a European girl who happens to be on the site, that's fine too. Everybody has their own motivations for wanting to meet, whoever they want to meet and marry whoever they want to marry. So, I don't necessarily ask the question, why do you want to get married? I mean, and who do you want to get married to? The question I ask is, can I give you a platform where you stand a legitimate chance of making those dreams come true? And that's the approach we've always taken from day one, is to give people, the platform, the space, the ability to meet people who desire the same outcome. That's what we're all about.
Interesting, Mr. Jeremy. You're dealing with people at one of the most vulnerable and hopeful times of their lives. How do you
Right.
design a digital service to be not only efficient but also emotional, intelligent, and supportive during this high stress process?
Well, the way we did it was, there is no AI on our site. So we don't make recommendations as to, what who might be a good match. No. We want you to individually go through people's profiles and you get to decide without any input from us who you think would be a good match for you. And that does a couple of things, Daniel. It lets people know when somebody sends them a match that it wasn't some algorithm that told them, hey, this person could be a good match for you. What it tells them is that person deliberately went through my profile, consciously liked what they saw. Whatever they saw, it resonated with them. And that is why they're choosing to send me this match request. Not because there was some algorithm that suggested, hey, Susie might be a good match for you, or Bob might be a good match for you. We don't believe in that. We believe that you need to be very deliberate. And when people are in an environment where they recognize that people are being very deliberate in what they're doing, very intentional about what they're doing, that is the best way to start a relationship off on the right foot. Number one, we want the same outcome, hence, we're both on this site. Number two, I've been very deliberate in selecting you. I didn't have any assistance from an AI bot or an AI algorithm. I deliberately went through profiles. Yours stood out to me, and I therefore sent you a match request. So it's very intentional, very deliberate, and that's what's missing from the dating scene, or one of the things that is missing from the dating world in which people are trying to find therefore a person. I mean, nobody's intentional, nobody's deliberate. It's computer matches throwing you together, and then you're going, oh, okay, the AI robot knows what I want, so let me go ahead and send them a match request. Very, very disconnected, no commitment, and therefore bad outcomes. So that's what we're solving for. Very deliberate, very intentional.
Certainly, deliberately and intentional. The
Yes.
legal forms are just a tip of the iceberg. What are the most common and non legal fears or misconceptions couples have about the green card marriage or interview and process that you have proactively addressed?
Well, again, we don't cater to a specific individual in terms of what they're desiring or why they want to get married. So when it comes to the legal aspects of things, we stay as far away from it as we possibly can. Because we want no intentional involvement in people's motivations, people's reasons, or any of this type of thing. I mean, some people want to get married because they want to have kids. Some people want to get married, because they want to move to a different state, or a different country. People get married for a whole host of reasons. So we have no desire, no intention of trying to figure out why people are doing what they are choosing to do. No. All we are interested in is that you don't engage in immoral or illegal behavior, and that we have provided a space for you to find your potential forever person. But in terms of the legal aspect of it, we don't really care why you want to get married. We don't really care why you want your forever person. That is entirely, an individual type of decision and an individual type of desire. And we allow individuals to express their individual wants and desires by matching them with somebody who wants the same thing.
Very well said, Mr. Jeremy. So you're helping people navigate a life-changing process that also carries significant government fees. How do you arrive at a pricing model that reflects the value of your service while remaining accessible and feeling fair to couples often under financial strain?
Well, I think our pricing model is hands down, one of the strengths of our platform, because we have no ongoing fees. There are no monthly reoccurring fees. You have to have a credit in order to send a match request. You have to have a credit in order to accept a match request. What that does is when you send a match request, and the individual knows that it's costing you a credit, they understand that you are making a financial commitment in making this match happen. When you accept a match request, the person who sent it, they know that you're committing financially to making this match happen. Two, we do not determine how many credits you need. It's entirely up to you. You get your first credit for free. So you may only need one credit. You may send somebody a match request, they accept it, you go on a couple of dates, and the next thing you know, you're living happily ever after. So in that instance, it wouldn't cost you a dime. Now, if you need to top up your credit, you can buy one credit, you can buy three credits, or you can buy five credits at a time. Those five credits could last you 6 months. It just depends on how you choose to spend them. So your spend rate, your run rate in terms of investment is entirely up to you. If you get 10 match requests and you decide to accept all 10, then you know it's going to cost you 10 credits. But you could get 10 match requests and decide, I only want to pick one. So you only commit one credit to matching with one person. So again, your spend rate is entirely up to you. So, and that gives you a lot of financial liberation in terms of there are no reoccurring expenses, there are no ongoing fees. You have 100% access to 100% of the functionality. So so it helps you to control your spend. It helps you to not feel pressured to to match with somebody because, hey, I just paid $50 this month to be on this site. I need to at least send out 50, 60, 70 match requests to feel like I'm getting a return on my investment. We don't have that pressure. So again, when you receive a match request, you know that nobody's being pressured into sending you that request. You know they genuinely like your profile, they genuinely resonated with what you have to say, and therefore you're going to review that profile a lot more carefully than you would if it was some random guy or some random girl sending you a match request. You're not sure what their motivations are. You're not sure what they're looking for, and you start to question, a lot of why did they send me a match request? On our site, you don't have those questions. It's been very intentional, very deliberate, very top of mind, very conscious decision making on that individual's part, and that there is no financial pressure to send out 75 match requests every month. So that's how we control or help people to control their investment, and to get them on the site and off the site as quickly as possible, because that's what we're trying to accomplish. You come on, you get three match requests, you go on on three dates, and you meet your forever person and you live happily ever after.
Mr. Jeremy, how do you ethically market a service about marriage based immigration? What are the lines you absolutely cannot cross in messaging to avoid even the appearance of the facilitating fraud?
Well, f- fraud is dependent on having volume. You have to be able to scale. If you're intending to commit fraud, you have to have an arena, a space that allows you to scale. With Marrying America, you can't scale because you can only send a maximum of 5 match requests every month. So you are capped on our site from sending no more than 5 match requests every single month. So if somebody's intent on fraud or some nefarious type of activity, I mean, we don't have a platform that allows for that, because we don't have a platform where you can send 275 match requests every single month. No. So again, in order to perpetuate or to engage in devious, deviant, and unethical behavior, you have to have a space where you can scale and you can send mass match request. And to reiterate, on our platform, you can only send 5 per month. So that is going to dissuade anybody who is who has nefarious intentions or or bad intentions. Is going to dissuade them from coming to our website, because it just is not a platform that allows you to do anything at scale, at volume. So that's a big disincentive for those with bad intentions. So that's how we get around, people with bad intentions.
In Interesting, Mr. Jeremy. So let's talk about the human stories witnessing the journey itself. Is there one's couple's journey, perhaps with the unique obstacles or a particularly meaning outcome that you hold on to and to the North Star for you build this company?
Yes, the guiding principle that grounded me and has got me to this point is life is about relationships. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the quality of your life is very dependent on the quality of your relationships, and there are very few relationships more important than the one between a man and a woman. Okay, two people who genuinely like each other, who genuinely love each other. It is critical to the quality of life that you will enjoy, and therefore me understanding that, and that be my north star, you know and seeing how many people were failing at finding their lifelong partner, I decided that I need to use my north star, which is getting people into long-term healthy sustained relationships, and build a platform that allows those who want that to more easily and more readily be able to find that. So the premise, Daniel, is if you want something, it's going to be a whole lot easier to get there if you're talking to people who want the same thing.
Mm.
Because on these other sites, um, people, you don't know what they want. Do they want a situationship? Do they want a short-term relationship, or are they looking for marriage? Um, and on our side, it is explicit in the name alone, that unless you're looking for marriage, long-term committed relationship, then this is probably not going to be the site for you. Because again, the North Star is my North Star was getting people into long term, sustainable, happy. fulfilling, and rewarding lifelong relationships. That's the North Star that has guided this process.
Interesting North Star, Mr. Jeremy. You're facilitating unions and often cross significant cultural divides. What are the most beautiful or surprising lesson about love and partnership you've learned from the couples you've served?
What we're learning is that people are coming to recognize that they need to like those who like them. Okay? People have in their mind's eye a type, some embodiment of something that they think is what they want. What we're coming to realize is that people are starting to gravitate towards those who want them. There's something about being wanted, something about being desired, even though they may not look like what you hoped they look like. What is trumping all, what is becoming paramount is that they like me, they want to be with me, they hope to see a long-term future and marriage with me. So there are certain icks or otherwise deal breakers that are no longer deal breakers because this person doesn't want to just have a good time. They're investigating me for long-term committed relationship. So you can overlook certain things that you otherwise might see as deal breakers. They may be 2 inches shorter than you would like. But guess what? They like me. They want me. They're evaluating me for a long term committed relationship. So guess what? Maybe those 2 inches doesn't matter. I mean, they may be, 40 pounds heavier than you would like. But again, they like me. They're evaluating me and want to get to know me so we can make a lifelong commitment to each other. So those 40 pounds don't matter anymore. I mean, so these are the things that people are starting to to get beyond is a desired type, and you're gravitating towards people who desire them and are willing to commit to them and who want to build a lifelong healthy relationship with them. That is becoming more and more um, the pattern, the norm, you know, that's showing up. Which just makes life a heck of a lot easier. It's a lot easier to get into something when you're wanted, desired, and somebody wants to be with you. It just makes life a whole lot easier.
Very well said, Mr. Jeremy. Yeah. And how has being a founder of this company, one is the ultimately or intimately tied to love, family, and American dream, changed you differently than if you had to build a company in less emotional charged field?
Well, I don't think it has really changed me. I think what it has done is allowed me an opportunity to get people into the situation that I personally happen to be in. I'm a big advocate for long-term, healthy, sustained relationships. Having been married now for almost 40 years, um, I believe in it. It's the only relationship structure that legitimately brings you emotional calm, peace, health. Emotional health and stability and structure. There is no other relationship structure that can do that at scale. And since I understand and appreciate the importance of relationships, sustained healthy relationships, I think a lot of the problems that we're having in society today are directly tied to the lack of healthy relationships that we have in our lives. And I'm trying to get us back to a place where people recognize that they have to do the work on a daily basis in order to have a healthy sustained relationship. And I'm trying to bring people together who want the same thing. They want what you want, and therefore you're willing to work together to get it done. So that's what I'm trying to that's what I'm trying to do. Excuse me.
Hmm. So, Mr. Jeremy, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people,
Yes.
because my Abstract Essay is already in sixth season, Abstract Poetry in third season, and my Book 101 review in sixth season as well, Comedy 101 third season, and my Food 101 in sixth season too, Geography 101 Love Letters, Movie 101 Review, Music 101 are in fifth season, Science 101, Sex 101, fourth season, Spiritual Awakening, Trivia 101, Law 101, Mental Health 101, Motivation 101, Entrepreneurship 101, and of course, my Bible Verses 101 are my baby podcasts. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcasts. So, Mr. Jeremy,
Yes, sir.
beyond revenue and customer count, what is the one key metric or feeling that tells you of succeeding in your mission?
The one key metric that's gonna really validate this whole proposition is outcomes, long-term, healthy, sustained relationships. So as we go and we start to have these relationships develop and sustain, that's gonna be the key metric.
Well, Mr. Jeremy, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So, can you please invite our listeners to support your business, your advocacy, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
I would encourage your listeners and anybody who has somebody who is looking for a long-term relationship, aka marriage. I would encourage them to have them, sign up at marrieamerica.com. It's absolutely free. You get your first credit, free. It takes 10 minutes to put your profile together, and you can check us out on all the social medias: Marrying America, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and tell your friends, spread the word that there is a site out there for people who are looking for marriage and looking for their person. So I would encourage them to watch your podcast, spread it with their friends, tell their friends about it, and get everybody engaged, because that's what's going to make it sustainable and working for everybody.
Yes, people, that's about Mr. Jeremy Nelson, because if you support him for sure, more and more American, well, marrying will rise. So, Mr. Jeremy, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it. This was fun. I enjoyed it.
Likewise. What can people see you soon?